All right, everybody. Oh, happy day. I hope you're doing extremely well. In this video, we have Luis Moreno. We are going to be going over some fun Medicare stuff. We're going to get after it. We're going to get the data that you need to help you decide if Medicare is for you or not. We're going to talk about living the dream. We're going to talk about what it looks like to build a book. Okay, the riches are in the niches of this industry. So without further ado, Luis, say hey.
Guys, I'm so glad to be here. I'm going to show you the dream. And I'm going to show you the money. So most definitely, let's hop into this Medicare train and see what it's all about.
The money, unfortunately and fortunately, right? Some people are like a moth to a flame. They're attracted to the money, but they don't know what it takes to get there, okay? And it's like, you got to have clear direction. We're going to bring that to you today. But Luis is extremely successful in the Medicare space. He's our contract trainer. And let me tell you, he does phenomenal work. Anybody needs help, jasonfinalexpense.com. But let me share with you, $270,000+ a year selling Medicare Advantage does not stink. I think most people would be like, yeah, sign me up for some of that, okay?
All day long. And I'm going to tell you guys, that is really, going working a month and a half, a year, and then just kind of coasting the rest of the year. I mean, it is nice.
And being Medicare, it's like you can coast and you're fine. In other industries, if you coast, you're toast. It's like you're just tatered, you're done. Where with Medicare, you work like an animal, though. You aren't getting that cheap, easy, or free. Like you are working like a dog right now. I'm guessing.
Here's a funny thing, and it's a true thing. I have a motorhome. Okay, it's not a big old bus, but it's a nice little motorhome. It's parked in the back of my office because sometimes I don't get to go home. I'm like, you know what? I got it. I hooked up to my power. I got hot water. I live in Texas, so it's not very cold. We're actually still using the ACs, and we're in November, December. So yeah, sometimes you work. It's a whole year's work condensed into about a month and a half. So yeah, you got to giddy up.
It's work. I mean, the wealth, if anyone wants wealth, you got to understand there's work that will take place. You have to be willing to do what you need to do to be successful. And if you're willing to work, the wealth is there, but it doesn't come, by you putting your feet up on the desk. So what Luis is talking about here is hard work. And then you're going to have hard results. And, maybe share a little bit about what does comp look like? Because a lot of folks.
First, why don't we do this? If people ask you Medicare, how do you sell Medicare? Don't people just sign up and get Medicare? Yes. Okay. When somebody turns 65, they get Medicare. They're going to get a Part A and Part B on their card. Okay. So that comes and you don't get any comp for that. And you really don't even have to do anything. That is taken care of by that senior. Now, when we come in with the portion that Medicare doesn't cover. Okay, I use the term running naked, and sometimes I share this with my seniors, but I'm always joking around, and you can't say that to these really serious seniors. But I'm like, hey, Mr. Senior, we don't want to see you running naked. Maybe when you were in your 30s and 40s, but not at 65. Oh, hell no. Okay. So if you just have your Medicare card, you're kind of running naked, okay? You have some huge financial risk that you're putting yourself into if you get sick and go to the hospital. So what we teach agents is to offer what I use as a car or a truck. How do you know if a car or truck is better for somebody? Which is better? Oh, you don't know, right? I mean, a rancher definitely needs a truck, but the city guy may not need a truck. He's going to be just fine with a little car. So we teach agents how to do one or the other, and you're going to get comp very well doing one or the other. Okay. So we fill in the gaps that Medicare has. Okay. So that's what we're going to be talking about. How do we get comped out? Now, in my area, I would say that probably, and we have two options. Remember the car or truck analogy. 2 out of 10 go this route. 8 out of 10 go this route. Not better or worse. It's just a different route. Okay, we're going to focus on the Medicare Advantage route. That's the 8 out of 10. Okay, the beauty with these plans, okay, there's no premium usually. So the seniors don't pay. You're like, well, if there's no premium, how am I getting paid? Don't I get paid a percentage of my premium? Negative. Okay, so here's what's going on. And I'm going to just look over here because I can't keep track of comp. But here's what happens, guys. on the average, unless you're in one of these weird states, you're going to get comped out $573 for a new plan. Okay. Now, if you're in Connecticut, Pennsylvania, DC, it goes up to $646. If you're in California, New Jersey, $715 for somebody new to Medicare. That's some serious money, guys. Okay. Now, you're going to get half of that. This is why we do this. Okay. Of course, we're doing this to help our seniors out because we don't want them running naked. Okay. But lifetime renewals. You right now, you should be like, well, what did this guy just say? Okay. Lifetime renewals. Okay. So if you make $573, you just wrote a senior up. Okay. You got comped out for the whole year. They advanced you 1 year's commission. So for the next 12 months, you don't make any more money. You continue doing your thing. Now, on the 13th month, you're going to get half of that, $287. And you will receive that as long as they're your customer. Now, if they leave you, they leave you. If they die off with it, they're not going to keep paying you commissions. But as long as they're your customer and you're taking care of your customer, you're going to receive that 280. Now we're going to do some math here. This is the dream, guys. Okay. So our agents, when they go through our training system, okay, our agents are averaging, I'm going to do an average agent, 20 a month. We have agents that are doing 40, 50. I mean, they're killing it. Now, this is not during AEP, which is the crazy season. This is day in, day out, January, February, March, April. They're averaging these kind of numbers. So you can get there very quick. But let's say that you're the average agent and you do 20 a month. Okay, that's 240 a year. Okay, 240 times 287. You just created yourself in 1 year. It's probably hard to see. $68,000 in renewal income. We divide that by 12, 5,700 big ones in your mailbox every single month while you're out fishing or golfing or maybe you have another business. Maybe you're an FE guy and you're going to focus on FE. Maybe you're a P&C guy like I am, and you're going to go back to your P&C business and whatever it may be. This is coming in every single month. That's where the beauty is, guys. That if you're not doing Medicare, I refer to Medicare as slow money. It's not a lot of upfront. Now we teach you how to make more upfront money, but this is slow, steady, build your book up and wait for that, open that mailbox and get your check. Of course, in today's world, it's not the mailbox anymore. It's open up your account online and look at the money coming in.
Right. It's so awesome what you can be capable of. It's a lot of hard work, so don't get shined on by anybody. But our systems that we have in play for an agent that wants to step into this arena, our systems are extremely sharp. It is so important that you vet your trainer, but you have good proven turnkey systems with Medicare, with final expense insurance, with MAPD, okay, Medicare Advantage and supplements, all this stuff. You need to have good vetted trainers. And that's why I partner with some of the best trainers out there. And it's so important for you as well to be extremely sharp. And some agents, my goodness, they get a contract and have no ability to capitalize on the contract. And that's what this is about, is for you, the viewers, to understand that you can truly capitalize on your contract without getting haircuts. Because Luis knows as well as I do that there's agencies out there that do not give you full street level. They don't give you the ability to capitalize on the contract, and then somebody else owns the block of business. So when you leave, ta-ta for now, like Winnie the Pooh, okay? It's like, see ya, buddy. You don't even get the honey pot that's empty to leave, okay? When you leave, you're stuck. So it's like with here, it's like you own your block of business, but you have acute training to help you really accelerate in production. But it does look like hard work. Okay. You got to be a student of the business if you want to be successful. And that is so important. And Luis will pound that into you as well. Guarantee you.
Oh, yeah. And here's what we do, guys. And you can get these street level commissions anywhere. Okay. we're not unique. These numbers are not unique. Okay. They're street level. You can't even negotiate for more. Okay. And yes, just like you mentioned, some agents can get less, but this is what every agent out there makes. Now, you make this money, great. So what's going to distinguish us between our organization and every other organization out there? So I've been in the business since 99, guys. Anybody can go on social media land and say, I am an expert. I mean, some of these guys, I don't call them that. I don't have time. But when an agent says, hey, I'm going to go, that guy over there, he says he's got thousands of clients and has been helping agents for years. I'm like, really? TDI or the Department of Insurance. Let's go see when he got his license. Piece of cake. Go look me up. I got my license in 1999. Okay. All right. I've been with this, I've been selling, Medicare Advantage plans for 20 years. Really, dude? Go look at the appointments. Find out when he got contracted. It's so easy to vet somebody, but here's what happens. You say that you're an expert on social media. You're an expert, baby. Okay. And new agents are the ones that are so susceptible to this. So here's what we did. Here's what we do different. So pay attention, agents, or even the non-agents that are considering joining this business. Okay. This is where we make our money. Okay. So when I started, it was drown or swim, sink or swim, pick it. I got my contracts. I'm like, let's go. They're like, okay, take off, buddy. They threw me into the pool and I was like, oh, okay, what do I do? I went and sat with a senior. I didn't know what the heck to do. I called my upline. Hey, I need for you to call me back. I'm kind of stuck. And I'm like, I don't know how to answer these questions. I'm like, you want to know when I got that call back, dude? 7 days later.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, dude, I lost a sale.
Well, there's so many agencies talking about vetting your trainer. There's so many agencies, even in the YouTube space, the YouTube land. They're like, and I trained telesales. And it's like, you haven't truthfully done 20 telesales in your whole flipping life. And here you are. Like, really? And then it's like, then you got to like book like a time to talk to your upline. You're going to lose money. Like you need answers in real time, like what Luis is talking about. It doesn't matter if you do telesales, face-to-face, Medicare insurance, final expense insurance. You need a responsive upline. If not, you're going to retract from this industry because you're going to lose money. It's like dollar bills flying out the window. It's true.
You're going to be like, there's no way I can't do this because there's so much to learn. Okay. So there I was. Okay. Eventually, I learned, I swam, no problem, but it was not easy. It was not easy. I would say that out of 10 of us that got thrown in that pool, 9 didn't make it. Okay. Yeah, I made it. Okay, great. But the other 9, they're doing something else probably. Okay. So not a good thing. We don't want to do that. Okay. Not everybody's going to succeed in this industry, but we want to get the odds in your favor. So when we started here with this organization, we said, you know what, we're going to do a couple of things different. And I've been with several organizations and, all of them are great contracting organizations. They're going to give you contracts, very, very efficient. They're going to square you away. And then they're going to say, watch these videos and good luck to you. And you're like, oh, now what? Okay. So we're doing things different. Okay. We've got, number one, the organization's got me. Yeah, I'm patting myself on the back, but you know what? I do sell. I always tell agents, who do you want to learn to fight from? The fighter or the guy that's teaching you from a book? You want the fighter.
Not just the contract with us, it's the ability to capitalize on your contract. A contract, everybody, is a worthless piece of paper if you have no ability to capitalize on the contract. If you knew what we know, you would do what we do. We still sell. Luis and I both still sell insurance. So we're helping agents from a place of a knowledge base, but we actually do what we all do like a big work family. And that's the big difference. A lot of folks sit back behind their desks and do nothing. I sold like a huge, policy for final expense yesterday. My goodness, I love getting dirty with the team. And I know Luis does as well. He's still getting after it. So when he's talking about helping, he's helping from a place of extreme knowledge base, everybody. And there's a big difference in this industry. There just is. So,
and I'm still in the fight, guys. I'm not out of the fight anymore. Yes, I coach and I help, but I'm still in the fight. I'm still selling. I'm still managing my book of business. So I have a storefront office. So yeah, I'm still, I know what you guys are going through because I'm going through it too. So I stay in the game, very, very much in the game. So what we do different, you're like, okay, well, Luis, well, tell us, what the hell do you do different? Shoot. Okay. So here's what we do. And it may seem very minimal, but it's huge. So every Tuesday and Thursday, we host Zoom trainings. Okay. An hour a day. It's not a lot because of course, you guys have got to work, but on one day, we bring in our big dogs. What are the big dogs doing? How are they doing it? Where are they getting their leads? How are they presenting? And we got some big dogs. If you're not doing 10 a week, you don't even make our list. And you're like, really? I'm like, yeah, we have enough people. The problem is getting those people to slow down and get on our call and share, because they're out there, they're sprinting. And I'm like, dude, can you give me an hour just to share what you're doing? And I'm like, fine, I'll give you an hour. I'm like, you know what, just give me 30 minutes. All right. Let's give me 30 and we'll roll. So I do that on Tuesdays. Okay. On Thursdays, I have a Medicare 101 training that lasts 8 weeks. And we recycle a class every 8 weeks. I am going to take a new agent that has no idea what Medicare is and take them to the other side where they're now sitting in front of seniors and they're presenting. Okay. So we do that every Tuesday and Thursday. We have a chat room. We've got over 400 of our agents in this chat room. Okay. And so I give my phone to one of my staff. It's on your phone. It's a chat room. You go in there and we tell agents, when you have a question that is not time sensitive, go plug it in there. Okay. And a lot of times some of our big dogs, they're on it. They sit there and they're like, and I just monitor it. Okay. Right answer. And then this is where the real money comes in. I tell agents, look, when you're with a client and you're stuck, you have my cell phone. You 911 me. If I don't answer, it's because I'm either doing a video with somebody and I'll get to you. Or number two, I'm with a client and just give me a little time, but I'm going to get to you pretty damn quick. But you 911 me, hey, I'm with a client, I'm stuck. I don't want you to be like me when I started and have to wait a week for your answer, because you know what? You're going to lose that business.
And I would, if y'all are like at taking care of, our agents, and it's ridiculous how fast that the veteran force rises up, partners, and helps brand new agents that are in the Medicare space, because Medicare is different than final expense, completely different animal. Same demographic, everybody. It's like peas and carrots. Okay. It's amazing blend. It really is, but it is a different skill set. It's a completely different head game. So, but you guys are fast, because I'm privy to that, obviously, because you guys are hooking it up. They're fast. Like you're not like other chats where it's like, oh, they ask for something and 3 days later you get your answer. You're like, thanks for nothing. I mean, you guys are like within seconds, typically minutes at the maximum, and you're always there to serve and help. And it's not like everybody needs hand holding, but in this industry, let me tell you, when you need somebody now, not later.
Right. My problem I have my agents, I'm like, they get so used to the 911. I'm like, are you really with a client, or you just want to know your answer right now? I'm like, come on, dude, help me out here. We've got, I got to make my time. I got to become more efficient with my time so I can help more agents. I'm like, this question, number one, you should be asking it in a chat room. But if it's a simple question and you're with a client, hey, I got no issue with it. But that's what we're doing as an organization, and it's working. Our agents are kicking butt. We have agents that are going to have a book of 500. Okay. And if you do the math, and they're going to have this book in a year. It took me 10 years to build 500. These guys are doing it in 1 year. So 500, I mean, they're making, they literally, and I did my math. That is did I do that right? Yeah. 100 and almost 12, kind of hard to see there. $12,000 a month income.
And that's working hard, and then you're able to relax a little bit. That's beast mode. I've got a lot of agents that, my goodness, do this exact same system with Luis, and they're highly successful. They're stacking it with, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be AEP. It's all year round. And it's like, it's phenomenal to have these tools, to have these skills, to have this level of knowledge base. You're not learning from the bottom of the food chain. And most times you're learning from the bottom as opposed to learning from people that are at the top of the mountain. And that's critical. Like, we're not talking about one or two successful people and everybody else is starving, like in most other industry models. Because most times it's like one or two people do well, everybody else is starving. That's just the way a lot of people train. And that's not the case. Like we was talking about, if you're only doing 10 and so much of a time, you're not even like mentioned on the board. It's like,
Now, it's a lot of times we'll bring in some guys that make less, but usually those are the newbies. You know, like, hey, what are you doing, Mr. Newbie? You started this 2 weeks ago and you're selling 5. That's a great number. You know, how are you doing it? You know, so yeah, we mix it up quite a bit. You know, the veterans are the veterans, but we do bring in some new guys to help the other new guys. Now, here's something else. Okay, this is God, and this happens to me all the time. I'm on track and I'm like, oh, I know what I was going to say. I lost my train of thought. Okay. But it's back. It's back, guys. It happens a lot. I'm getting old. Hey, I just hit 50, bro. No. 51 in a couple of months. Yeah. My wife is like, okay. So if you're an FE guy, so you're an FE guy, right, man?
Absolutely.
You're FE.
Life insurance, obviously, but
I get the question, do I have to give that up to do this? Negative, Ghost Rider. Okay. No, you're going to complement what you're doing. What if you're a P&C guy? No, this is a complement to what you're doing. Here's the beauty. If you're an FE guy, you're probably spending money on leads. That same lead you use for Medicare. And I know you probably have some viewers. Oh, what about compliance? What about compliance? You know, I got to follow the rules. Okay. Yeah. And I bet you're not driving 55 on that 55 mile per hour zone either, buddy. Okay. But compliance. So I'm going to show you. I'm just going to turn myself into a better looking guy. Check this out. I'm coming.
Why he's, making sure that he's robing properly for everybody. Okay. There we go.
Oh, don't I look better now?
You do.
Hey, all of a sudden, man, compliance. Okay. How are we going to handle compliance? Okay. So I joke around with that. So, how do you go from FE to Medicare? I want to follow the rules. Okay. Yeah. You can use stuff like this. You can use the buttons. There's so many. We even have if I can find it. Yep. Here it is. We even have a book that I created that all of our agents get. That is a conversation starter. Senior comes in, I put this on my desk. I don't care what they're here for, but they're going to see Medicare. Oh, you do Medicare, really? Okay, as long as I call it fishing. Okay, when you're in a life appointment, how do you transition to Medicare? Well, you got to fish, buddy. Sorry, you got to fish.
Yeah.
Am I still here? Did I lose something?
You're here. It's
okay.
still.
I got a touch screen and I got my this is my companion here. There she is.
Look at that.
She sits
one of the brand new little dogs in the agency. Okay, we're building them up. We're gonna
exactly. This is my.
All right, they're still hard though. You watch, they'll get you.
She is. When seniors come in, they're like, "Oh, can we hold her?" I'm like, "Oh, yes." It's for me. It's a great tool. I mean, she's a Chihuahua. She's got a big bark, but man, once she warms up to you. My seniors are like, "Oh, can we have her?" I'm like, "No, she's my baby." And she touched my screen. But
nobody comes to my corporate office and asked to take my big old Mastiff home. Let's just put it that way.
So you fish, guys. You fish. You got to put some bait on the hook. So how do you put bait on the hook? You use the Ask Me About Medicare face mask. You put buttons. You tell your prospects what you do. Hey, I am an agent extraordinaire. What I do is I help seniors with la, 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 and you go into your spill. If you need my help, all you have to do is ask. They ask, bam, it's game on.
It's permission, everybody. Like this is not that complicated. If you would just but ask for permission, the world opens up for you. It just does.
Yep.
I mean, it's learned by partnering. Okay. In understanding what this is, it will open eyeballs in such a big way for you. But more than that, it will open up opportunity for you in your life so that you're compounding your work, and that'll compound your wealth. To have this kind of money, it's not fiat currency. Okay. This is every month good income. I've done Medicare. I've done final expense, insurance goodies. I've done this, okay, insurance and telesales combined over 20 plus decades. And let me tell you, I got so much Medicare money that flows up into my bank account from stuff I wrote 15 plus years ago. It's still paying me. Still, I put my feet on the carpet, I'm getting paid. It's really nice, but I love it all. Like, take care of people, and this is big. And we haven't even touched, Luis, right, about my lead program that we have here for agents that join. So that, because leads, I mean, a lot of agents are like, yeah, this is great, but leads are scary. I'm kind of don't have a pile of money. I maybe have some, but I'm not an endless, okay, bank account. And it's for them that are watching, just so that you know, we've got an amazing program. We've got exclusive lead vendors for Medicare Advantage, Part D, Medicare supplements that will just dial you in. And if you're talking a $75 lead credit to you and you're not getting a haircut on your comp, that's big for those of you that are watching to understand. Not everybody's doing this, okay? They're not. So to have that kind of help for you, you sell two people in one house, that's a $150 lead credit, and you paid a tiny amount for the lead. This is ridiculous. And we can kind of talk about that too if you want, Luis, but your lead systems that we have, they're powerful.
I agree. And I will tell you guys, when it comes to leads, I bow out. I don't have anything to do with that. Usually, I tell them, hey, talk to you, Jason. They can get with you on that. But yes, depending on the leads that you get and the sales that you make, you get a credit towards your future purchase of more leads. So we're kind of building the book. We're making that snowball bigger and faster for you so that you can get to your goal a lot quicker.
If you could take that sting out of a salesman's wallet, take that sting out of your checking account, that's powerful. It just is. So for you agents watching, the lead program that I have available for you is massive. And if you need help about any of this, reach out. We'll help you at jasonfinalexpense.com. But I'm telling you, if you don't have lead credits like this, if you're not stacking, okay, and having increased conversations because maybe you just don't have enough people to talk to, that problem can be taken away and you will be much more profitable if you're willing to work. So all of what we're talking about requires work, everybody. So if you're not willing to work, you just click on it, honestly, because anything in the insurance industry, don't get shined on about this is just so, it is easy. Yes. Okay. Once you understand it, it's very simplistic, but it's not always easy to work real hard. And like what Luis is saying, hey, be prepared to work like a dog for a couple months out of the year, but then be prepared to capitalize on the hard work that you've done. Take a deep breath after the fact, and then keep working throughout the year.
Correct.
I mean, that you can still, a lot of people think it's AEP, and that's not the case. Correct, Luis? That's not the case. It's only
leads. Here on these leads, now you only could, one lead equals one type of sell. Now that same lead, not only can you do your FE with it, but you can do your Medicare with it. So you can kind of cut your lead cost in half because now you have two products that you can offer that one lead. So, man, people make fun of me when I say this, but it's more better. I'm gonna make my own T-shirt called "More Better."
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, my mom was an English teacher. She would kick my butt, man. But it's more better.
So, you know it. Oh yeah, you know it. Your mom at Thanksgiving is gonna get on you.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, big time.
It's so true. So what dream? Mama's gonna get you. Mamas always do. So what does the dream look like? Like for a brand new agent that wants to do Medicare insurance, what does that dream look like for them in their first year?
So first year, well, if you're sitting here thinking, man, I like these guys. That guy's not that bad. Okay. He looks very handsome with a mask on. Okay. So we'll go with that. I want to team up with him. So first thing you want to do, guys, is you want to get with Jason and he'll hook you up with contracts. Okay. I'm not a contracting guy. I'm a trainer. Okay. So you'll get your contract started. That's going to be step number one. Okay. Step number two, while that is in process. Well, first of all, I'm going to go back one step. If you think you're watching this video where in mid-November, you're like, man, I missed the boat. The ship sailed because AEP is halfway done. Guys, it's okay. AEP is just one, which is the annual election period. It is just one season. You still have, I mean, we're going to teach you how to sell all year long. So don't think that you missed the boat. It's still very reachable. Okay. But we get with Jason. He's going to hook you up with contracts. Okay. Once you get your contracting done, you got to go get certified. Okay. Everybody's got to do it. And we got to do it every year. It is what it is. It's called AHIP. Okay. You go get certified, you do your thing, get certified, you're rocking. Step number 3. Now, once you're certified, you would think that you'd be done, but you're not. Each carrier that you get, you're going to have to do some certification with them. They want to make sure that you're knowledgeable in their products. So you'll do their certification. Within a week, you can get it all done. Okay. Then now you're going to kick back and you're going to wait for what we call the RTS letter, the ready to sell. Okay. So all this pretty quick. Okay. You get all that, you're rocking, you get you ready to sell. You're going to order kits, enrollment kits. We're going to get you, you're going to be plugged into our training by then. You're going to be ready to go. Now, what is what I call the dream, your question? What is a dream for a new agent? Well, with a lot of work, we're going to try to get you to 200 policies in 1 year. Okay. At 200 policies, you're making $50,000 a year. On that 13th month of when you started, you're making $50K a year in renewals. Man, we give a lot of seminars. Okay. I get out there on the circuit and I do my thing. And guess what, guys? I go out there and I'm like, how many of you guys are making 100K? And I get about 90% of the room stand up. Okay. Even if they're not making 100,000, agents have big eagles. They're going to rise up. Okay. And I will tell them, how many of you guys are making this $100,000 in renewals? Everybody sits up except one guy. And I'm like, you're a Medicare guy. I'm like, yep, usually. So our business is on the renewal side, the mailbox money. Okay. So we're going to show you, we're going to try to get you to that 100K in 2 years, 50K in 1 year. Now this is in renewals, not new business. Everybody can do this in new business. If you hustle, you can make this in new business. I'm talking about renewals, guys. So that's what that is our goal. And then guess what? Okay. This is not a one-way street, buddy. This is the deal that we make. It is the handshake. Okay. The fist bump. When you hit 100,000 in renewals, you have to take us to go get lobster somewhere. That's all we ask for. Okay. We want a dinner. When you get that 10K check in renewals, you got to remember you got to remember us and say, hey, I got to get that guy.
Just remember, right? Once you get fat, we just want a little crumb from the table, right?
Just a lobster, man. What is it? 50 bucks.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the dream. That's the dream. And what's funny is we got guys there and they still haven't invited me. They promise they're going to invite me for lobster, but and here's what we got coming, guys. So we COVID kind of slowed us down quite a bit. We were out traveling once a month and out all over the country. Well, we're picking that up again next year. So in addition to all of our training, the virtual training that we're doing, we have 12 locations all over the country selected. We're ironing out the details, but you'll be able to fly to us for training.
It'll be, but it's gonna be awesome. So
yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I mean, the smart book that I created, we're gonna have that for you. And then in a matter of a day, what I do in 8 weeks virtually, you're gonna get in 1 day.
And that's powerful. To get this kind of skill set transfer, everybody, is not as common as you may be led on to believe. And it's like with what we do here, we're not holding anything back from you. A lot of times it's like you'll get shined on, oh, come join us. And then it's like, what's really being done from the successful is not being shared with you, the agent force. We withhold nothing. Like, we want to make you beasts in this industry, whether you're selling annuities, life insurance, or Medicare insurance. We want to make you strong. And one thing to keep in mind is you gotta go, okay, what's really going on? Am I going to get the best handshake in the industry here? Am I going to really be helped to lean forward and just launch my career? Or am I just getting a piece of paper? Make sure you understand that. Make sure that you own and control your block of business, like what you do when you partner with my agency, and understand what we know here to really help you get the wealth that you want by helping other people. So when you grasp this and go, okay, this is making sense, understand that nothing is being withheld when we're doing these conferences, okay, to help you with the Medicare game. It's powerful. Like, and it's so simple, but don't think it's easy. It's hard work. You got to put in the work. Okay. You always got to put in the work, but it's amazing. I've got agents that have learned from Luis even recently, some brand new reps, and they're killing it. I mean, they're getting sales a day, multiple sales a day. They're getting their HRAs, they're getting their hits. It's amazing. And they're brand new in this. It's not like they're an old timer. They're brand new, just like you watching. So get yourself ready. You did not miss the boat. If you heard Luis here, you did not miss the boat just because, oh, AEP's over, I'm done. You're learning from places that don't know how to make you successful. If that's what you're being told, you did not miss the boat. And the paychecks too, Luis, maybe share with the audience, have the income opportunities gone down this year to sell Medicare, or has it actually gone up? I'm just curious. Maybe you can share that. Clarify that with our audience.
So I have a multi-line agency. We do everything here. Life, we do commercial insurance, auto, home. Of course, I focus mainly on the health side and the training. But in some lines of insurance business, we're seeing commission cuts. Not a good thing. Okay, it means they're taking some of our money. We're making less. We're doing the same work for less money now. On the Medicare side of things, rate increases, and it's been consistent every single year. We've been getting a bump up, beautiful bump up. And so it's a great industry. Here's the other thing. So there's a lot of things happening. Not only are we getting paid more, but we are at the beginning of this boom. We're in the beginning of the era where we're having so many seniors turn 65 a day. I've heard 10,000 a day. I've heard 11, 12,000 a day turning 65. And you haven't missed that boat either. We're at the start of this boom, and it's going to last for about 10 years, what they say. So you guys out there, if you're not in this industry and you're thinking about it, okay, great time to get into it. Okay, if you're partly in the industry, you're an FE guy, you're a PAC guy, you're an under 65 health insurance guy, and you're like, man, I want to get into it. Okay, or if you're a Medicare guy, but life sucks for you. I mean, you're not writing a lot, you don't have training, you don't have support, and you want to come to our organization, guys, this is a time to do it. Now, for those transferring, we're in the blackout period. We really can't do it right now. But as the year starts, we can get you moved over to our organization, and we can get you plugged into everything that we've got. Okay. And I want to go back to the money, man, because money's huge. Okay. You mentioned something that I forgot about. I talked about the commissions. You mentioned HRAs. I forgot about that, dude. I'm like, man, I'm telling you, man, I think I'm getting a little old. So HRAs, guys, these are assessments that you do at the end of your app, and you get an extra $50. Some companies are paying $75. I think I even heard of one paying $100. Non-charge backable. Hey, just for doing your job. When you're writing 20 a month, dude, at $50, that's an extra $1,000. That's your car payment. Go get you a nice Mercedes or a BMW and use your HRA money to pay for that. Or maybe you buy more leads with that money. Okay. So there's HRA money. We're also going to teach you how to sell other products, guys, at these appointments that are compliant for you to sell so that you can maximize your sell. And so it is a hell of a time to get contracted. And here's what you're going to do. You got to get with Jason. Wait, am I pointing the right? I don't know which way I'm pointing. I think it's that way. You got to get with this guy.
There you go.
Don't contact me, guys. I tell agents, I want to contract with you. Well, no, I'm not. I don't handle contracting. He'll get you hooked up with contracts, and then he will plug you into me and my training and our chat room, everything that we've got. And then, we're going to treat you, it doesn't matter who you're with. When you're part of the organization, you're part, that's it. You're just like everybody else. No better, no worse. Okay. You're going to get the same kind of training, the same kind of love. Okay. Not going to get any more or less. You get the same kind of love. So jump on board, guys. What else can I say?
And it is powerful. Like we always say, there's no stupid questions. There are stupid answers on occasion,
Mm-hmm.
but it's fun. Like it's a fun environment to learn, where you never get put in a position where you feel like you're a dum-dum, right? Because sometimes when you get in agencies, you get treated like, oh, you don't know that already. You get treated like you're a less than, as opposed to, let me help you leverage your strengths and your weaknesses to make you even better. And that's where, when you partner right and you partner well, it positions the agent force to not be in an environment where you fail out of the industry. Because like Luis is saying, when you're working for uplines that don't pick up the phone, when you're working for an agency that doesn't answer your questions or makes you schedule calls to even talk to them, that tells you everything you need to know on the front side. Okay. And when you find yourself in this arena, let me share with you, everybody, I've done Medicare a long time myself. Okay. And there's a lot of people that say, oh, I train on Medicare. It's like, you haven't even AHIP once in your dang career. Shut your face. Like, you haven't sold a Medicare supplement ever. And I've sold hundreds and hundreds of Medicare supplements. I've sold Medicare Advantages. I've sold Part Ds. I truly have been there, just like Luis is training from a place of extreme knowledge and proficiency, not putting you into a position where, here, go sell that and hope you make it. Medicare Advantage, Medicare D, it's like a Rubik's Cube. Every little color and box is different from each and every company. That's why you need somebody like Luis that really dives into this with you. Okay, that's why I have him do this specifically. Just like in the military, you've got a sniper team, you've got a breach team, you've got, amphibious assault, you've got all different units. And yes, they all know how to make things go bang. But when you've got somebody that's specialized like Luis in his team in one thing, and they're really, really good at it, you're going to be in an environment that's going to propel you into higher levels of profitability. Oh, by the way, without haircuts to your compensation, without you being LOA'd, without you having some stupid 2-year non-solicitation agreement or something where you work for them and get no residuals when you leave. Oh, bye-bye. Don't let the door hit you in the butt on the way out. You're starting all over again. And I've seen it. I've witnessed this so many times. It's ugly. Yeah. So
it's out there. I see. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot, and you agents don't know any better. You're going to own your book when you're with us, guys. The book is yours. Okay. So that's the biggest thing. The book is yours.
In building, talk about the book. I mean, they can build. Oh.
And here's what's happening, guys. In our industry, your books are going to be worth money. Yes, they're worth money because of residuals. But if you're going to retire, there's organizations out there, and we're kind of leaning towards that as an organization. We'll buy your book from you at very, very high multiples. Okay. So build that book is huge. Now, here's another thing that's coming. This is new. Okay. So if you're one of these high level agents that already has a good book, even if you're a new one and you want to strive, because it's been requested. I had to learn from the school of hard knocks. Yeah. It's not that hard, but you know what? It cost me a lot of money. So I didn't have anybody to call up. Hey, how do I do this? Or how do I do that? So what we're going to do is, when an agent gets to a level, which we haven't even determined yet, but this is coming for 2022, we're creating a mastermind. I don't even know what the heck we're going to call it, but it's going to be an elite group of agents. And we're going to take these agents that are in this group. It doesn't matter who you are. No matter where you are, it doesn't matter who your upline is. You got to meet the threshold. We're going to be very clear cut. If you're off by one, sorry, you didn't quite make it. But when you get to that one, we'll let you in. Okay. This elite group of agents, we're going to try not only to wine and dine our agents, okay, because you want to feel part of a community. You want to feel like, oh, you're appreciated, but we're going to take you to that next step. Now, the next step for agents is one of two things. Maybe they want to build an agency. There's beauties in building an agency. Okay. Beauty in building your own internal team. So we're going to help you with that. Or maybe you just want to elevate your skills. Maybe you're like, I don't want to build an agency. I don't want to deal with employees and no. Okay. Whichever way you're going to go. But now we're going to do other things. We're going to bring in other professionals to help you. What's wrong with me and you, dude, is we're very good at what we do. We probably suck at our retirement plan. We probably suck at tax planning. You know, that's not our gig, bro. You know, we sell, we're agents, but you know what? Where's our retirement plan? Where's my tax planning? Where's my accountant? What about payroll for those agencies? What about business planning? Yeah, you just can't open up a business and you know, stuff's going to happen. There's a lot of things, payroll, you know, a copier machine. You know, there's so much to it, but I've gone through all that. So we're going to try to get these other professionals to come and teach this select group how to go to that next step. That's a reward that's going to be coming to those agents that meet the requirements to be in this group. And you're not going to have to pay for it. You know, it's going to come to you. If you want it, great, take advantage of it. But yeah, me and the owners of the organization have been talking. You know, here's the other thing. Our better halves, they do a lot for us, dude. My wife, I got 3 little kids, man. You know, you see these little suckers back there. I got 3 little ones. Okay. The youngest is 8. The oldest is 12. Well, she's got to do everything. You know, they got games, soccer, tennis, volleyball. I mean, she is all over while I'm selling. Okay. I ruined her dinner last night with her friends because I had a client walk in right when I was my turn to go pick up the kids. I'm like, I did a Medicare, I did an ACA policy and I did a flip, another Medicare. I'm like, that was almost $1,000 deal. I said, I couldn't give it up. So she ruined her dinner with her friends. She took the kids to tennis practice and did the thing. So part of this elite group, we're going to wine and dine the others.
Well, it's like, just like with us, it's a team. When you have your wife and your family, they're why you work, everybody. Take care of your loved ones. Even if you're working like a dog, always remember, never lose sight of who you're working for. You're working for your family, Lord willing. Okay. Understand that you got to love them and give them time and attention, but also having good spouses that know, you know what, Luis, you know what, Jason, hey, I know you're working. Go get it done. Okay. Because they're as much work as we are. And having this where you're getting treated well. And I always say those that do are those that get. And in my agency, we do tons of annuities. We do IULs, GULs. We don't talk about it on the platform a ton. We do tons of Medicare supplements. We do great work here with the Medicare teams. And it's stupid what we do. But when it comes to doing things holistically, I mean, I consult with financial advising firms where I consult with them. And I'm not a financial advisor, but I teach and train them how to do tele in a different way. And it's fun, but by the way, they keep even my annuity reps, which is uncommon in this industry, out of harm's way. You've got to you look at things big picture, and those that do are those that get. And if you want to be a top dog in this space, it's nice to have people that actually appreciate you. It's a big deal because it's an underappreciated profession. It's a lot of times a lot of places don't say, hey, thanks. Hey, you know, you just don't get that. It's like your business where you're kind of, you know, you're not by yourself when you got a good team.
Yeah. And that's the big thing, you know, what I went to do with this. And I was telling these guys, we got to take care of the spouses. Okay. You know, I will tell you, I'll go do a mani and pedi with any other wife out there. I don't care. All right. I'm not that manly. Right. You know what? Hey, go get my nails done. Yeah, sure. Why not? I don't care. I'll go sit there and have some wine and get my nails done. Yeah. I'm confident enough. I don't have a problem with that. But you know what? If we take care of the spouses, guess what? The spouses are going to push you. Hey, you better make this thing next year so we can go do it again. So that's, you know, I'm kind of, I got it up here. So we get your spouses to push you. Well, guess what? You're going to, you know, again, as you said, Jason, yes, we push we do it for our loved ones, but when they're pushing you, that's that extra gas in the tank to make you go faster and longer.
It does. And our wives are, even those of you that are watching, your wives are a very important part of your patterns, a very powerful driving force for how you work. Because if you're working and you got this up in your ear negative Nelly, you're already hamstringing yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You just are. And this is why, like, in my agency, I'll partner on average with 1 out of 30 agents. A lot of agencies are like wet noodle against the wall. Like, you got a pulse, we got a place. I don't work that way, because it's very important. And Luis is on the same place here. It's very important that you have people that you enjoy working with, because a lot of places you don't enjoy who you work with. You got, some guy that's a, pain in the britches, and, negative Nancy over here in the corner. Not that anybody with the name Nancy is a bad person, just saying.
Or Karen.
Right, a Karen. But you got to partner well. And that's why it's like, if you like what's being spoken, maybe you're a good fit. Reach out. We can have a conversation always, but your spouse is vital. There's a lot of agents that I won't even partner with, because I say, listen, great, you want to do this, go talk to your wife. Have a chat with her tonight, and then let's maybe have a conversation tomorrow. And the wives are so important. Your spouses, if you're a lady and you're married, your spouse's opinion does matter if you want to make it. And it's like, a lot of times people lose touch with this. They think that it's like, oh, I'm going to do things, I'm the dictator. Okay, well, you're going to have some problems in your career.
Well, not only that, but you're going to run out of gas. And guess what? It's hard to fill up your own tank. Okay, when you have the spouse, filling up the tank for you too, they're putting that super unleaded in there instead of the regular gas. So it does help, and we're like I said, I got an idea or two up here. So, you want to be part of our elite group. You're going to like it. And so that's what we got coming for our agents. But again, this business, there's a lot of money to be made. The ship hasn't sailed. It's getting ready to, guys. So we are on the clock. There is a sense of urgency. Don't put this off. Okay. Request your contracting. Step 1. Step number 2, we'll guide you. I got walkthroughs for everything. We're going to guide you on how to go get your certification done. We're going to help you with that. And then once you get you ready to sell, then during the entire process, you're already going to create a foundation for yourself. Then we're going to capitalize on that knowledge foundation and teach you how to do the real world selling, how I sell. And then here's the other thing. We got agents all over the country, guys. Okay. The reason we did this chat room is because sometimes you're out there all alone. Well, guess what? You find an agent in that chat room. Hey, I'm in this city. Who's near me? And you mentioned now you can partner up with, but we make our top agents accessible to you. A lot of our agents like to show off. Again, we're agents. We have big egos. Okay. These agents are always willing to do ride-alongs. Now, I don't do a lot. I used to do ride-alongs, but man, I sit in my office now. I was telling you earlier that I'm not that much of a hunter like I used to be. I'm more of a farmer. Okay, stuff lands on my lap now. So it's kind of hard for me to program stuff. But a lot of our top agents right now are still hunters. They're out there door knocking. They're working appointments. We'll set you up with these guys. If you want to fly to them, they'll take you on a whole day with them and show you what they're doing. We have 2 agents right now that are coming out of mine. One's in Houston and one's in Dallas. They do ride-alongs all the time.
Oh, daily, bro.
Yeah.
Daily.
And so you want to go with them? After you contract with us and you get a foundation and you want to see how they're doing it, we'll arrange that for you. If you don't want to fly all the way down here to Texas and you want to go, with somebody local, we'll find you somebody. We got agents all over the country that are kicking butt.
And having a national agency like what I run and how we operate, it's massive. It's like, you don't have to be pigeonholed in that tiny little brick and mortar location that you got shined on with, where you got like one producer maybe that knows what they're really doing. We've got a national organization at jasonfinalexpense.com. We've got partners everywhere that, my goodness, you could take a dartboard, of the United States and throw it and you're going to hit an agent's house. I mean, it's crazy awesome. And it's the fact that you got top producers that are willing to help you understand what's necessary to make the wealth, not just from do as I say, not as I do. You can actually witness these top producers. I've got lots of agents that have ridden with some beasts in the industry, and they come out of that car at the end of the day, go, oh my word, that's insane. Now, their second thing that's said out of their mouth is like, we work, man. It was like, we started off in the morning and we didn't get back until after dark, because guess what, everybody? The secret sauce as well is hard work. And if you're willing to work hard, you're going to build real wealth, long-standing wealth for your own families. And if that's what you want, definitely look this direction. If you want the lazy money where it's like, oh, I don't really want to work, but I want to make $270,000 a year. I want to do this, but I'm not willing to work. This industry is not for you. Yeah. It's just not. So understand that. But then also, like Luis is saying, make sure you got a good partner in the business. Okay. Like Luis and myself, make sure you got a good partner that's accessible, that will really train you and not hold back from you. I've witnessed this. Okay. I've done this a long time. I had a lot more hair when I started in the industry. And I tell you, there's a lot of the top producers are unwilling to show you what they do. Very unwilling. High ego. Hey, look at me, like Tarzan beat my own chest. And they don't give you what they've got. They don't. And the fact that we've got massive level producers that are willing to say, hey, you know, the Wizard of Oz ain't scary. Let's pull the curtain. I'll show you everything we got. Let's go. Let's partner. It's massively helpful to the agent force, into what your team's doing and what we're doing together, Luis. It's power.
Oh yeah, I agree, guys. So again, don't, I'll get to this next year or next month. No. Get it done now, guys. We can help you get this machine rolling.
So anybody that needs help, my goodness, reach out. Luis, thank you for being on here today.
You're welcome.
Well, everybody need help, reach out. Thank you so much, Luis. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, come join us. We're ready for you.
See y'all soon.